So, a lot of you guys would probably know about the M27 IAR. It's sort of like a HK416 made by, based on the HK416 made by Heckler & Koch, same manufacturer. But it's meant to be it's meant to replace the M249, which a lot of you guys know is a light machine gun. So, it's sort of a AR-15 with an extended, pretty much souped up barrel, meant to fill the role of a sort of like a machine gun of sorts. There's a lot of different reasons. I don't know, like making it so that the machine gunners aren't picked out as targets, all sorts of small little reasons. But this is just, it's a very different rifle. The HK416 is known for being pretty reliable, so it does kind of make sense, but also it doesn't, as you only have a 30 round magazine. But you can also, a lot of you guys know there's a DWF, I believe, RF416A5. You can pretty much turn this thing into the M27 IAR. You got pretty much the IAR scope here. It's not exact. It's a different version of the ACOG, actually. But close enough. Got a version of the scope here. You can put a canted on it if you want. You probably recommend putting a canted on it. Of course, you'll run this full auto because it's, IAR. Put any stock you want on it. But really all you need is 16-inch barrel, no suppressor, because in real life suppressors will just overheat and it's not very good. Be sure to put a grip on it. You can put pretty much any grip you want, but usually make sure it has good recoil control because this thing is beefy. That's for sure. Lots of damage, doing pretty good. You can just use it on skirmish. Skirmish is probably my favorite place to use it because it's in general mostly medium long range. It's not effective at all. It's just fun to use. You only use it because it's fun to use, not because it is effective. I mean, the sight looks amazing because, come on, look at this thing. The sight may look amazing, but it's just not a recommended weapon. Very fun to use. Sort of like the quote-unquote HK417. That was one of the older videos I made. The recoil is hard to deal with. It's probably easier to use on semi, but if you go like that, see how many rounds you can get on a body size target. So that's probably the most effective way to use it. And I'm dead because yay. Bro, you can't be missing that. Crap, I hate this scope. The zoom is insane. That guy just tried to drop shot. That's a good headshot. The recoil is insane though. I'm not kidding, but it's real fun to use. Like just the recoil of it is it goes up a lot, but it's just really fun to use in my opinion. Probably definitely not recommended for beginners because this thing is 11,000 already, so you definitely don't want to shell out that much money for this. But it's sort of like just a thing to mess around with. I mean, it's not as good as AK-74 with the extended mag or like a P90, but it's extremely fun to use and wouldn't necessarily recommend it. But let's just say it does its job. Okay, it does its job. And it does this job pretty well. You can tell there's a few issues with the particular setup I showed, because the setup I have doesn't have. This is a slightly different sight than the one in the setup. This is known for having multiple different sights. There's different types. This is not the M20. It doesn't do the same thing as the M27 exactly. But see, if a lot of these similar weapons are quote unquote machine guns, right? So, take it as you will, okay? I wouldn't necessarily say it's the best thing in the world, but it's really fun to use. Just, see, you pulled that, so pretty much what you have to do is, when you fire it, you probably have a mouse, but when you fire it, so just hold the mouse tight, pull down, and then you'll pretty much hit most of your shots, hopefully. So you should be able to hit most of your shots, not all of your shots on the target. It's definitely not as easy to use as something like a Mark 18 or something a lot better than that. But mag dump, still pretty effective, so would recommend. Hey, joining the target practice.